Hello, welcome to the weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I'm your host, Ilham Məmmədov. Now first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. On October 2nd, the opening ceremony of the 74th International Astronautical Congress was held at the Baku Convention Center. President of Azerbaijan İlham Əliyev, First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva and their son Heydər Əliyev attended the event. President İlham Əliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva met with Director General of ISESCO, Salim bin Mohammed Al-Malik. On October 2nd, the opening ceremony of the 74th International Astronautical Congress was held at the Baku Convention Center. President of Azerbaijan İlham Əliyev, First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva and their son Heydər Əliyev attended the event.
The event began with a musical presentation. Followed by films about the 24th International Astronautical Congress held in Baku in 1973 and the Republic of Azerbaijan.
Humans have always gazed into the sky and pondered profound questions about space and the universe.
Then a promotional video of the International Astronautical Federation was presented.
The wonderful and mysterious nature of Azerbaijan kicked off with the signing of the space program.
President of the International Astronautical Federation, Clay Mowry, performed at the opening ceremony. He emphasized the role of the International Astronautical Congress and its significance in uniting the entire space community in today's complex geopolitical conditions. Thanks to the great support of President Aliyev, it's been possible to come back to Baku after 50 years, Clay Mowry underscored. Then the head of our state addressed the event. The Congress held in Baku will contribute to the development of the space industry, advanced technologies and its modernization in Azerbaijan, said President Ilham Aliyev, emphasizing that modernization reflects Azerbaijan's vision and plans for the future. During the times of independence, Azerbaijan transformed into an active member of international community. Our policy is always very clear, transparent, straightforward and is aimed at winning friends and enhancing cooperation. Azerbaijan participates as an active member of the international community in numerous political, economic and regional development projects. It is, of course, a great honor for us to host such an important event for the second time, and I would like to once again thank all those involved in this decision. The Congress is being held in Baku for the second time in the same city, but the country is not the same. Today, independent Azerbaijan is the host of this global event. Thank you again for being here, and I wish the Congress every success, the head of our state concluded. The winners of the various nominations were then presented with their awards. The opening ceremony continued with the concert program. On 28 May 2022, President of Azerbaijan İlham Aliyev and President of Turkey Recep Tayyip Erdogan jointly signed the Akıncı unmanned aerial vehicle at the Technofest Azerbaijan Aerospace and Technology Festival, held for the first time in Baku. At the 74th International Astronautical Congress, Chief Technology Officer of the Turkish technology company Baykar Selçuk Bayraktar presented to the head of state a small model of that unmanned aerial vehicle on the sidelines of the 74th International Astronautical Congress. President Ilham Aliyev, First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva and their son Heydər Əliyev got acquainted with the exhibition organized within the framework of the 74th International Astronautical Congress.
President İlham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva met with Director General of ISESCO, Salim bin Mohammed Al Malik.
The site stressed the importance of the 74th International Astronautical Congress, which is underway in Azerbaijan, attended by a large number of guests from various countries, and noted that the country has become a place where prestigious international events are excellently organized. The head of state hailed the participation of the Director General of the ISESCO in the 74th International Astronautical Congress. Salim bin Mohammed Al Malik congratulated the head of state on the selection of Azerbaijan's city of Shusha as the cultural capital of the Islamic world of the ISESCO for 2024 on the unanimous decision of the participants of the 12th Conference of Ministers of Culture in the Islamic world held in Doha, the capital of Qatar, last week. Expressing his gratitude for the adoption of this decision, the president of Azerbaijan described it as an important example of brotherhood and partnership, adding that it aroused a special sense of pride in the entire Azerbaijani people. Noting ongoing great restoration and reconstruction works in Shusha, the head of state hailed the fact that, along with other facilities, mosques have already been restored here and this process is continuing. President Ilham Aliyev said that such large-scale works are being carried out in the other liberated territories too. During the conversation, the sides expressed confidence that the long-term successful cooperation between Azerbaijan and ISESCO will continue.
President Ilham Aliyev also received head of the Anglican Communion, Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby.
The head of state greeted Justin Welby and touched upon the importance of his visit. Head of the Anglican Communion, Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, extended his congratulations to President Ilham Aliyev on the century anniversary of great leader Heydar Aliyev's birthday. He highlighted the role of Azerbaijan in the multiculturalism and interfaith dialogue, touched upon Vatican-Azerbaijan relations, and hailed Azerbaijan's contribution to restoration of the catacombs in Vatican. Touching upon hardships Azerbaijan faced during the first years of independence, the head of state said that 20% of the Azerbaijan lands were occupied at that time. Over 1 million Azerbaijanis became refugees and IDPs. Socio-political crisis prevailed, and the country experienced economic slump and internal instability. President Ilham Aliyev once again underlined that Azerbaijan had come forward with a peace treaty initiative, said that historical opportunities had emerged for forging ahead with the peace agenda in the region, and touched upon the efforts that country makes in this direction. The president of Azerbaijan underlined that the central authorities had provided large-scale humanitarian assistance to the Armenian residents of the Karabakh region after the anti-terror measures had been seized, saying the services related to migration, social protection and healthcare are being offered to the population on the ground. The head of state pointed out that the presidential administration of the Republic of Azerbaijan had made a statement to the general public as well as Armenians with respect to the rights and security of the Armenian residents of Karabakh. President Ilham Aliyev expressed hope that the upcoming meeting in Granada would give an impetus to development of the peace agenda in the region. Justin Welby underlined the importance of trust building and ethnic reconciliation in the post-conflict period, saying he is ready to share his experience on this matter. The role of ethnic reconciliation and civil society organizations was noted during the conversation.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, accepted credentials of newly appointed Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, Ömer Barakat al-Nahar.
The ambassador presented his credentials to President Ilham Aliyev. The head of state then had a conversation with the ambassador. The ambassador first conveyed the greetings of King of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, Abdullah II Ibn al-Hussein, to the head of state. President Ilham Aliyev thanked for the greetings and asked the ambassador to communicate his greetings to the King of Jordan. Noting that Azerbaijan and Jordan are friendly and brotherly countries with a rich history, the head of state lauded the bilateral relations and praised the fact that the two countries have always supported each other within international organizations. Hailing political relations between the two countries, President Ilham Aliyev stressed the importance of expanding economic cooperation in the future. Noting his satisfaction with the appointment as the ambassador to Azerbaijan, Ömer Barakat al-Nahar said he was deeply impressed by the ongoing great development processes in Baku and the prosperity of the people. President Ilham Aliyev thanked the ambassador for his warm words about Azerbaijan and wished him success in his activities. They also discussed the expansion of economic and trade relations as well as cooperation in tourism, educational and other areas.
President Ilham Aliyev accepted credentials of newly appointed Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Essam bin Saleh Al-Jutaili.
The ambassador presented his credentials to President Ilham Aliyev. The head of state then had a conversation with the ambassador, noting that there are brotherly relations between the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Azerbaijan and friendly ties between the two countries' leaders. President Ilham Aliyev recalled his visits to Saudi Arabia. The head of state once again held the moral and political support provided by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in the issues of protection and restoration of the territorial integrity of Azerbaijan in all periods, both during the occupation and after the liberation of lands from occupation. President Ilham Aliyev praised the fact that the mutual support of the two countries within international organizations has become traditional. Touching upon the economic cooperation, the head of state said that there are good examples in the field of energy and stressed the importance of the Saudi Arabian companies investing heavily in this area in Azerbaijan. The head of state also lauded bilateral ties in all other spheres. Ambassador Essam bin Saleh Al Jutaili first conveyed the greetings of custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and Crown Prince Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud to the head of state. President Ilham Aliyev thanked for the greetings and asked the ambassador to extend his greetings to the custodian of the two holy mosques and the Crown Prince. Saying that he was greatly honored to be appointed as the ambassador to Azerbaijan, Essam bin Saleh Al Jutaili pointed out that Azerbaijan is a friendly and brotherly country for Saudi Arabia, adding that he received specific instructions on the development of relations in various areas.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, received Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Serbia, Vladimir Orlic.
Saying that friendly relations between the two countries have a rich history, the head of state noted that this creates a good basis for the development of bilateral ties based on mutual support and recalled his visits to Serbia. Touching upon relations in the economic sphere, President Ilham Aliyev said that the two countries are actively cooperating in the areas of investment, energy and industry. The head of state stressed the importance of interparliamentary ties in developing the bilateral relations. The president of Azerbaijan expressed confidence that Vladimir Orlic's visit would contribute to the expansion of dynamically developing cooperation. The speaker first conveyed President of Serbia Aleksandar Vučić's greetings to the head of state. President Ilham Aliyev thanked for the greetings and asked Vladimir Orlic to pass on his greetings to the President of Serbia. The Speaker of the National Assembly of Serbia said that the two countries enjoy friendly relations based on strategic partnership. The sides pointed out that Azerbaijan and Serbia have always supported each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty, as well as rightful positions within international organizations. They noted that the bilateral relations are based on the principle of strategic partnership, mutual understanding and mutual respect, and stressed the importance of interparliamentary ties and cooperation in international interparliamentary organizations.
President Ilham Aliyev received World Health Organization Regional Director for Europe, Hans-Henry Kluge.
Hans-Henry Kluge conveyed the greetings of Director General of the World Health Organization Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus to the head of state. President Ilham Aliyev thanked for the greetings and asked Hans-Henry Kluge to communicate his greetings to Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. The WHO Regional Director for Europe noted that Azerbaijan's personally President Ilham Aliyev's activities as the chairman of the non-aligned movement were highly appreciated in the field of global healthcare leadership. He expressed gratitude for the holding on the initiative of President Ilham Aliyev as the chairman of the non-aligned movement of an online summit of the non-aligned movement contact group dedicated to the fight against coronavirus in May 2020 under the motto United Against COVID-19, and commended Azerbaijan for initiating a resolution on the fair and equal distribution of vaccines as well as for its activities. Hans-Henry Kluge underlined that Azerbaijan provided support to more than 80 countries during the pandemic and said that the database system on the fight against COVID-19 created by Azerbaijan as part of the non-aligned movement was very fruitful and made a great contribution to the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. During the conversation, they exchanged views on the situation in Azerbaijan's Karabakh region. Hans-Henry Kluge pointed out that the visit of the mission, which included representatives of the UN Resident Coordinator Office and WHO Baku Office to the Karabakh region of Azerbaijan, was highly appreciated. President Ilham Aliyev hailed WHO's support for Azerbaijan in the fight against COVID-19, highlighted Azerbaijan's assistance to more than 80 countries as the chairman of the non-aligned movement, the establishment of the database system on the fight against COVID-19 as part of the NAM, as well as the country's efforts toward vaccine solidarity. The head of state underlined that Azerbaijan implements national, regional and international aid programs. On the situation in the Karabakh region of Azerbaijan, President Ilham Aliyev said that it was the fictitious regime that caused turmoil among local population in Karabakh and forced them to move to Armenia. The head of state pointed out that Azerbaijan had supported medical evacuations through the International Committee of the Red Cross since establishment of the Lachin state border checkpoint. President Ilham Aliyev underlined that the Azerbaijani firefighters had extinguished a fire after the explosion at the filling station in Khankendi. The Azerbaijani leader noted that assistance had been rendered to the injured, with the Azerbaijani medical teams currently providing services to the local population in Khankendi. The president of Azerbaijan said the State Migration Service, Ministry of Labor and Social Protection of the population are providing services on the ground. The head of state went on to say that population registration process had begun and the portal had been launched to this end, adding that respective bodies are providing services on the ground to meet their daily needs and supply with food. The Azerbaijani leader pointed out that police is guarding important infrastructure facilities as well as historical, religious and cultural monuments, and that electricity supply was ensured. President Ilham Aliyev underlined that all these are a testimony to the availability and implementation of the reintegration program of the Armenian residents of Karabakh. The fact that the UN Resident Coordinator Office in Azerbaijan and representatives of the organization's respective specialized agencies will shortly make a trip to the region, and that Azerbaijan backs this process, was noted at the meeting.
The head of state received Minister of Roads and Urban Development of the Islamic Republic of Iran, co-chairman of the State Commission on Economic Trade and Humanitarian Cooperation between Azerbaijan and Iran, Mehrdad Bazarpash. The head of state stressed the importance of the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a bridge and border and customs infrastructure, as well as shore fortification projects in the area near Aghband settlement of Zangilan district, and said that this would contribute to the further strengthening of friendly relations between the two countries. President Ilham Aliyev noted that Azerbaijan was continuing its activities in the creation of transport corridors in both bilateral and multilateral formats. He noted the importance of the construction of the bridge and border and customs infrastructure near Aghband settlement of Zangilan district, adding that the groundbreaking ceremony for shore fortification projects in the area was significant from the standpoint of the diversification of these roads. President Ilham Aliyev underlined the construction of roads and railways connecting the two countries was of great importance for the region and would serve stability and cooperation for the entire region. The head of state also noted the significance of the work carried out towards the development of the North-South Transport Corridor and further expansion of its capacity, saying that the agenda of bilateral relations covered not only the transport sector but also a broad range of other areas. President of Azerbaijan hailed the activity of the Intergovernmental Commission, noting that good results had been achieved in all areas. The head of state pointed out that the Azerbaijani-Iranian friendship and cooperation were an important factor for the entire region. President Ilham Aliyev also emphasized the importance of addressing regional issues with the participation of countries of the region, noted that Azerbaijan had initiated cooperation in a 3+3 format, and described the fact that meetings would soon be held in this format as a positive step. Mehrdad Bazarpash conveyed the greetings of President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Sayyid Ibrahim Raisi, to the President of Azerbaijan. President Ilham Aliyev expresses gratitude for the greetings and asked the minister to pass on his greetings to the Iranian president. The minister conveyed his congratulations on the occasion of reintegration of the Karabakh region of Azerbaijan and described it as a very important event. He noted that after 30 years, the rights and fair position of Azerbaijan had fortunately been restored, as was the country's sovereignty. Mehrdad Bazarpash said that countries and peoples of the region had deep historical and cultural ties with each other, adding that peace in the South Caucasus would create great prospects for the region. That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.